Okay, now we talking to Scorpio. What's going down in Scorpio? How y'all doing in the dub? I hope life is treating you like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, let's see what a scrub gotta know in these, like, we might be going out there looking for some new food. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, y'all like, share, and subscribe, and all my newcomers, what it do, what it do. Now let's talk about it this week, starting with the day so we have time. We have here change. It's time. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. You have to make a change in what you're doing, Scorpio. It's time. Nothing can grow without movement. Without you moving nothing, it ain't growing. So what's this you need to move so it can grow? What you need to move so it can grow? Realization. And go through this awakening. So somebody's realizing they're going through awakening and they're going through it. So they're going to go through it. And it says freedom opposes the power and the free will to create my own happiness. That's what you're realizing today. You have the power to create your own happiness as you're going through this awakening. So what else do you need to know here about freedom? What else you need to know about freedom here? What else you need to know when it comes to you getting freedom to do what you feel? What else you need to know when it comes to freedom? See, someone here was silent and didn't have, they were stone cold and didn't know they went silent and stopped speaking because someone knew that they had to, they had freedom and they don't have to speak if they don't want to. They knew that why argue? I am free to do what I choose, and what I don't want to be in, I'm not doing it. So someone just stole froze and said, I'm not doing it. I'm not choosing to get involved. If it's not high vibrational for me, I'm leaving it all behind, and I don't blame you. Now Tuesday, what's going down is imagination. It says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. Someone has imagination and they're trying to start using their imagination. What's going on with your imagination? What's this imagination on Tuesday? So you're working on your imagination and you have a creative mind, and you're resisting a secret admirer so you can do this, and you don't want to feel depleted and drained and exalted, so you're resisting the secret admirer because they exalt you when they speak to you. You get exalted and basically they don't feel you feel drained when you're dealing with them, when you're trying to create your own world. So you have just went off to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, on Wednesday, we have worry. It says, I am learning that worry doesn't change nothing. It don't change the outcome. Worry don't change nothing. You can worry about whatever you want to, but you still got the same thing coming back to you. So worry don't change nothing. So you're realizing that Wednesday, why worry? So what's this you was worried about? And why were you so worried? And you finally realized that loyalty. You was realizing about loyalty and trusting and being reliable and believable. Loyalty. Somebody needed to change their outdated thinking when it came to people being loyal to you and spying on social network on you. And someone is learning and watching from you in this karmic relationship, that letting go and, it's time to let go of things that, the sun clouds you. Somebody's watching you, and it's time for a karmic relationship to let go of it and move on. And someone is learning, they're watching you and seeing things for what it really is now. They're starting to. Now, Thursday, what's going on here? Your purpose. I know what I am here to do. See, someone knows what they're here to do, and they know what their purpose involves them to do. So what is this about your purpose? What is this about your purpose here? You know what you're here to do. What about your purpose and you know what you're here to do? So you know that, self-sabotaging and working on it, and you was trying to repair something that you were self-sabotaging. It was time to cut the ties and be moving on. And so it was time to just let it go and move on, and get in your purpose. You knew it was time because too much was trying to sabotage what you were trying to do when it came to moving on. Somebody kept trying to sabotage that. And you know that you had to cut ties, and you know it was time to move on and get in your purpose. What are you having to cut ties and move on from all this sabotaging, and you cut ties to feeling mixed up and blocked emotionals and messed up? You knew it was time for hard frog. It's time for you to move on from that. You knew that. Now Friday we have relationship. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. Someone decided they needed to be attracted to someone that serves their highest good, and they knew it was that time for them to go get that. So what's going on with this relationship that you needed to move on from? What was going on with this relationship here? What's going on in this relationship, Scorpio? What's going on in this relationship right now? What's going on with this relationship? It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It's time for you to open your heart, and this is the highest energy. Love is the highest energy of all. That, yes, it says your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. This is your soulmate. This is the one. This is the one. You've already met the person of your dreams. So this is the one that you're meant to marry. You've already met the one of your dreams. Okay. Now, on Saturday, loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Somebody feels loneliness, and you need to know that you're never alone. Start realizing that you're never alone. You have people, angels, you have ancestors, you're never alone. If you saw what was around you, even if you can't see it, what is this loneliness about? Okay, you were feeling lonely when it came to somebody married for infidelity. See, someone wanted you to marry and be committed to infidelity, but you choose not to be because you knew that wasn't the right thing for you. You didn't want to marry for infidelity, and and just because you're lonely, because you know that you're never lonely, because you have people. What's this commitment here? You knew that you're never alone. You knew that you're never alone. In hopelessness, sinking, disappear, falling apart. You're not sinking, and you're not hopeless. So get that out your head. It says butterfly, evolving in growth and healing your inner child was what you're doing. Emotional storm is unstable, affected. Some people will be affected by emotional storms, and you have to watch out when people trigger you like that, because they can bring out those triggers, and you need to let them know, I'm not letting you trigger me and letting you make me feel some type of way, because I'm not doing that. Don't let nobody trigger you. And the finale is here. Something is to leave behind something in closure. Now it's time for the finale. What's the finale that you have to do? It's time to get past of these seductions and set boundaries in your life for this separation and sadness. And see, somebody was dishonest, and they wasn't dishonest because it's in reverse. This divine feminine wasn't dishonest. They were open heart. They were just confused about the things that they should do versus of what they can do. Like, share, and subscribe.